Okay, hello everybody. Getting ready for another flight. I've got my daughter Stephanie with me for this flight with Luscombe, and we're going to take you through a little bit of memory lane on this beautiful Saturday evening in Iowa. And I've got a treat for you. Those of you that are really into aircraft, and especially military aircraft, you're going to like this. So, without further ado, I have checklists and stuff like that to go through, so we will rejoin you when we're ready for takeoff. Taylorcraft, this is Luscombe 432. We'll wait for you. Okay, folks, it's actually kind of busy. We just had a Taylorcraft land. We've got a Cessna that is entering a downwind. So we're going to get ready to take off here on 3-3. We currently have a 70-degree crosswind component right off of our nose. Here we go. Traffic, Luscombe 432 is turning right, and we're exiting the pattern to the east. We're going to get away from some of this traffic, folks, and going to take you east of Knoxville to a town called Oskaloosa, and we're going to go over and take a look at the Oskaloosa Iowa Airport.
Cessna 1408 Yankee, turning final, runway 33, Knoxville.
Now, what I said that was kind of sort of cool about this is the Oskaloosa Airport used to be a naval training base during World War II. It is one of the last ones of its type in Iowa that I'm aware of. The unique feature about the naval training bases in World War II was that they had 4 runways. They were square in shape. And Oskaloosa is no different, except for a few modifications over the years that saw one runway getting lengthened for the diversity that we have in traffic today. So we're just going to enjoy this beautiful weather in Iowa right now and take a leisurely trip over to Oskaloosa and show you this airport. One thing that I can tell you with great certainty, folks, is that fall is definitely in the air. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but when we were departing, we actually encountered several monarch butterflies on their way south. So that means that fall and winter are not that far away. So spread out before your eyes right now is the beautiful tapestry of Iowa at the end of summer. We have all these different colors. The sun is to our back. It's absolutely gorgeous. So what do you think, Steph? Do you like flying at this time of night?
Yes.
So tell the viewers out there what it is that you happen to like about the Luscombe.
Like doing the balls and spins in it.
boat. My daughter is a chip off the old block. She likes doing stalls, slow flight, all that sort of thing. This is a beautiful night to be flying. Can hardly ask for any better weather. The outside air temperature currently is about 68 degrees. And it's been a gorgeous day. A cold front moved through yesterday. And the video that I shot yesterday was done when the temperature was between 90 and 96 degrees. This is a very welcome change. Although it does mean that shortly we're going to be facing fall and winter. But like I said, every day that you can go fly is a beautiful day to go fly. Directly ahead of us is the small town of Tracy, Iowa, located right on the Des Moines River. Iowa Highway 92 used to run along the north edge of it, but now it no longer does so. Our visibility is really great. I can see the airfield from here off at 12 o'clock. I can also see Eddyville. I don't have the Ottumwa Airport in sight yet, but that's not too far away. If you look out there at 12 o'clock, you'll see what looks to be a white rectangle that is way off there in the distance, and then a smokestack. That is where Eddyville, Iowa is located. Eddyville also has a very active drag racing strip. Obviously, because of COVID-19 and things of that nature, it isn't getting utilized. Now I can make out the city of Ottumwa, but I don't have the major runway there yet. It used to be, about 40 to 50 years ago, that Ottumwa was a very active hub, aviation-wise. Used to have a airline company called Braniff Airlines that flew in and out of there, as well as out of Des Moines. But a lot of people from this part of Iowa would drive down to Oskaloosa to take a flight to New York, Chicago, or wherever Braniff Airlines happened to serve at the time. And I'll never forget my first real experience with aviation. My cousin was a stewardess for a major airline back in the 60s, and they landed a 727 in Des Moines, and the whole family went up to meet her. And I got the captain, took me into the cockpit, put me into the captain's seat, and started showing me the instruments. I had no idea what he was talking about, but I saw all the switches, the dials, the levers, and everything, and I was instantly in love. Now, my love affair with aviation had started earlier than that, but that was one of those things where you do something like that for a kid, it makes a lasting impression on them, and you have somebody potentially hooked for life on aviation. At the 10 o'clock position is the city of Oskaloosa. But the name of the Oskaloosa Airport technically is Wright Field. So that's where we're heading. Well, Stephanie, have you seen anybody down on the river kayaking or anything?
No, I've been looking, but I don't see anybody.
2 weeks ago when you and I were up here, there were plenty of people out, but I think the cooler temperatures driven them off. Basically, for you eagle-eyed aviators out there, or aviators to be, the Oskaloosa Airport is at 12 o'clock right off the nose. there, a good 10 miles away. Basically, we're headed straight at the Oskaloosa Airport. Hopefully you'll be able, as we get closer, to see how it was set up in its original square fashion for a naval training station. Now, a lot of people, when you tell them that there used to be naval training fields in Iowa during World War II, they're like, why Iowa? And my response is, because it would be harder to attack them here. Ottumwa was like the regional center for them. Ottumwa is off at about our 2 o'clock position now. But I believe at one time, if I have my history correct, there were at least 13 different landing strips like this one around Ottumwa. So it was training a lot of naval aviators back in the past. They used to have a small control tower in the center of the strip, but that's no longer there. You should be able to start seeing the layout of it. There are T-hangars on 2 sides of it currently, but one of the original runways is still there. It's runway 424, and it is 1,940 feet long. So I'm going to take a quick little turn here for just a second. I better line myself up with this, and that way we can also take a look at the windsocks. So quite literally, I'm going to square myself up with this airport first. Okay, I'm not seeing any traffic, not hearing any traffic here at Oskaloosa. So in just a moment, I'm going to turn us directly towards it, and you should be able to see the square shape of it. Okay, here we go. So there it is, friends, right field. You see the square shape right there, and the runway dead ahead of us is one of the originals. Actually, there are 3 originals that are left. They're just being utilized for different things. But there you go. And we'll kind of come in over the top and see if the windsocks agree with everything else. Oskaloosa traffic, Luscombe 45432, entering a midfield left downwind for 31, Oskaloosa. So I'm going to lose a lot of altitude pretty quickly. We've at least got to come in here and land as a salute to all of the valiant airmen that used this airfield at one point in time, because unfortunately in the future this aircraft or this airport is slated to go away, to be replaced by a regional airport. So I'm just happy that we can still use this. So let's say that we do a wheel landing. There we go. is a 3-point landing in the Luscombe. In honor of all the airmen that have used this field at Oskaloosa, Iowa, I'm going to take off here on runway 4, 1,940 feet long. Oskaloosa traffic, Luscombe 45432, departing on runway 4, Oskaloosa. So here's my salute to you. So as you can see, folks, that's a pretty short airstrip right there. But it's neat that there's that part of history that's still in Iowa.